My brother kept using his spare key to steal from my house, so I changed the locks without warning and waited, then called the police when he tried to break in, and he spent Christmas in jail. Welcome back, beautiful people. Before we begin, subscribe and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. We love seeing this community grow worldwide. I noticed it on a Tuesday morning. My grandmother's gold bracelet, the one she pressed into my palm the night before she died, whispering, "Keep this safe, baby girl," was gone from my jewelry box. I stood there in my bedroom, hands shaking, turning the small velvet box over and over like somehow the bracelet would reappear. It didn't make sense. I lived alone. The doors were locked. The windows were secure. But Aaron had a spare key. My little brother. 28 years old, still living with our parents, still asking for loans he never repaid. I'd given him that key 2 years ago when I had my appendix out, told him it was for emergencies only. "I got you, sis," he'd said, giving me that crooked smile that used to make me laugh when we were kids. I called him that afternoon, my voice careful. "Hey, have you been by the house lately?" "Nah, why?" His tone was too casual, too quick. "Just wondering. Some stuff seems moved around." Silence. Then, "You accusing me of something, Denise?" "I didn't say that, Aaron. I gotta go." I sat on my bed, staring at that empty jewelry box, feeling something cold settle in my stomach. My mama always said blood was thicker than water, that family forgave family no matter what. But that bracelet was the last piece of grandma I had left. And now it was gone. The doubt started small, a whisper I tried to ignore. But it grew louder every day. 3 weeks later, I opened my nightstand drawer looking for stamps and found my emergency cash envelope thin as paper. I kept $300 there. Money I'd saved from tips at the diner, money for when the car broke down or the electricity bill came early. Money nobody knew about except me. Except I'd mentioned it once. At Sunday dinner. Aaron was there, complaining about his phone getting shut off, and I'd made some comment about always keeping emergency cash on hand. I remembered the way his eyes had flickered toward me just for a second. I counted what was left. $60. 240 gone. My hands started shaking again, but this time it wasn't confusion. It was rage. Hot, bitter rage that made my throat tight and my eyes burn. I grabbed my phone and called him. "Aaron, I need you to be straight with me right now." "About what?" He sounded annoyed, like I was bothering him. "Have you been in my house? Why you always coming at me, Denise? Every time something goes wrong in your life, you blame me. Answer the question. I don't have to listen to this. You're just like Mama, always thinking the worst of me." He hung up. I stood there in my bedroom, phone pressed to my ear, listening to dead air. My little brother. The kid I used to walk to school. The one I'd covered for when he broke Daddy's watch. The one I'd given everything to. That night I barely slept. Every creak of the house made me jump. Sunday dinner was tense. I'd driven to our parents' house with a knot in my stomach, practicing what I'd say. The smell of Mama's pot roast usually made me feel safe, but today it just made me nauseous. Aaron was late. He strolled in 40 minutes after Grace, wearing new sneakers that probably cost $200. My $200. "Nice shoes," I said quietly. He looked at me, something defiant in his eyes. "Yeah, got a good deal." Where'd you get the money?" Mama looked up from her plate. "Denise, don't start." "Start what, Mama?" "I'm just asking my brother a question." Daddy cleared his throat. "Let the boy eat his dinner." Aaron smirked, shoveling food into his mouth. That smirk broke something in me. "He's been stealing from me," I said, my voice louder than I intended. "My grandmother's bracelet. Cash from my drawer. He's using that spare key to rob me." The table went silent. Mama's fork clattered against her plate. "How dare you," she whispered. "How dare you accuse your brother of?" "Because it's true." My voice cracked. "He's the only one with a key. The only one who knew where I kept that money." Aaron stood up, his chair scraping back. "You know what? I'm done with this. I'm done being blamed for everything wrong in your perfect little life, Denise." "Then give me back my key," I said, standing too. "Right now." He laughed. Actually laughed. "Lost it months ago." My blood ran cold. You what? Yeah, lost it. So there goes your theory, Nancy Drew. He walked out, slamming the door behind him. I didn't believe him. Something in my gut told me Aaron still had that key and he was using it. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I set up a camera. Nothing fancy, just a small security camera I ordered online, hidden on my bookshelf pointing at the front door. I told myself I was being paranoid. I told myself I'd feel stupid when the footage showed nothing but an empty hallway. I was wrong. 2 days later, I came home from my shift at the diner and checked the footage on my phone in the parking lot. My heart stopped. There he was. Aaron. Walking into my house at 2:15 in the afternoon while I was at work, using a key he claimed he'd lost. He went straight to my bedroom. The camera didn't cover that room, but he was in there for 6 minutes. When he came out, his pockets looked fuller. I watched the footage 3 times, tears streaming down my face. Each time felt like a punch to the chest. This was my baby brother. The kid who used to fall asleep on my shoulder during long car rides. The one I'd defended to teachers, to neighbors, to everyone who said he was trouble. I called my best friend, Celeste. You were right, I choked out. You were right about him. Oh honey, she breathed. What are you gonna do? I wiped my eyes, feeling something hard and cold settle where my heart used to be. I'm going to end this. That night I made a plan. The locksmith came on a Wednesday morning. His name was Mr. Peterson, an older gentleman with kind eyes who didn't ask questions when I said I needed everything changed. Front door, back door, even the garage. You want the works? He asked, showing me different options. The works, I confirmed. And make them good. I don't want anyone getting in who shouldn't be here. Took him 3 hours. 3 hours during which I sat at my kitchen table, drinking coffee that had gone cold, thinking about every time I'd defended Aaron. Every time I'd loaned him money. Every time I'd believed him when he said he'd changed. All done, Mr. Peterson said, handing me a set of new keys. Nobody's getting in here without your permission now. I paid him in cash, the $60 that was left plus what I'd had to pull from my checking account. Money I didn't really have to spare. Money Aaron had made me spend. After he left, I stood at my front door testing the new lock. Secure. Safe. Mine again. Then I checked my camera footage. The app showed me the camera was still recording, still watching. Now all I had to do was wait. I didn't tell anyone what I'd done. Not Celeste. Not my parents. Especially not my parents. Mama would have called me vindictive. Daddy would have said I was overreacting. They'd have told Aaron, warned him, given him a chance to make up some story. But I was done protecting him. Done making excuses. This time Aaron was going to face consequences. 4 days passed. 4 days of checking my phone obsessively, watching the camera feed, jumping every time I heard a car outside. I called in sick to work twice, unable to focus, unable to sleep. Celeste kept texting me worried. Girl, this isn't healthy. You need to just call the police now. Not yet, I typed back. I need him to actually try. I need proof. She sent back a worried face emoji but didn't push. On the 5th day, Sunday, Mama called. You coming to dinner? Can't, Mama. Got a double shift. A lie, but a necessary one. You work too much, baby. You need to rest. If only she knew. If only she knew what her precious son had been doing. But she wouldn't believe me. She'd never believed me about Aaron. He'd always been her baby, the one who could do no wrong. Even when he got suspended from school for fighting, she'd blamed the other kids. Even when he got fired from 3 jobs in a row, she'd blamed the bosses. Mama, can I ask you something? Of course, baby. Why do you always defend him? Even when you know he's wrong? Silence. Long and heavy. Because, she finally said, her voice tight. He's my son. And family protects family. That's what we do, Denise. That's what you're supposed to do. Even when they hurt us? Especially then. Because who else is gonna stand by them? I closed my eyes. I have to go, Mama. Denise, wait. I hung up. Then I cried. The camera alert went off at 9:30 p.m. on Christmas Eve. I was sitting in my dark living room waiting, and when my phone buzzed, my whole body went cold. There he was on the screen. Aaron walking up my driveway like he owned it, key in hand. He got to the door and tried to slide it in. It didn't fit. I watched him try again. Then again, jiggling the handle, confusion clear on his face even through the grainy footage. He pulled out his phone, the screen lighting up his face. He looked angry. My phone rang. Ern. I didn't answer. He rang again. Then texted, "Yo, why doesn't my key work?" I stared at the message, my heart pounding. Part of me wanted to respond, to ask him why he was trying to get into my house at 9:30 on Christmas Eve. But I knew why. I'd mentioned at Thanksgiving dinner that I'd gotten a bonus at work. $500. Another text, "Did you change the locks?" I watched through the camera as he paced on my porch, phone pressed to his ear. My phone rang again. Then I watched him try something that made my blood run cold. He went to my window. The living room window. He tested it, trying to slide it open. That's when I called 911. "This is Denise Morrison. Someone is trying to break into my house." The operator's voice was calm, professional. "Can you describe what's happening?" "There's a man trying to force open my window. He tried to use a key first, but now he's..." I watched the screen as Aaron moved to the back of the house. "Now he's going around back." "Are you safe? Are you in the house?" "Yes, I'm inside. I have cameras. I'm watching him. Officers are on the way. Stay on the line with me. Stay away from windows and doors." My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone. Through my camera app, I watched Aaron try the back door. Then I heard it, a loud bang. He was kicking it. "He's trying to kick in my back door," I told the operator, my voice breaking. "Officers are 2 minutes away. I need you to stay calm." 2 minutes felt like 2 hours. Bang, bang, bang. Each kick reverberated through my house, through my chest. This was really happening. My brother was really trying to break into my house. Then sirens. Beautiful, terrible sirens. Through the front camera, I saw the police cars pull up, lights painting my yard in red and blue. 2 officers got out. "He's around back." I heard someone yell. I crept to my window and peeked through the curtain. They had him. Aaron was on the ground, hands behind his back, an officer kneeling beside him. Even from here I could hear him yelling. "That's my sister's house. I have a key. This is a misunderstanding." Officer approached my door. "Ma'am?" "Police. You called about a break-in?" My legs felt like water as I walked to the door. Officer Martinez was patient while I gave my statement, her dark eyes sympathetic but professional. We sat in my living room while her partner processed Aaron outside. I could hear him still yelling, his voice carrying through the walls. "Let me understand this correctly," Officer Martinez said, notepad in hand. "Your brother had a key to your residence, which you gave him previously?" "Yes. 2 years ago. For emergencies." My voice sounded strange, hollow. "And you believe he's been entering your home without permission and taking items?" I pulled up the footage on my phone, the video of Aaron walking in 4 days ago. Then I showed her the list I'd made. Dates, times, items missing. Grandma's bracelet. $240. A silver necklace. My good headphones. Small things at first, things I'd almost convinced myself I'd misplaced. "I changed the locks 4 days ago," I explained. "I didn't tell him. I wanted to see if he'd try to come back." "And tonight he attempted to force entry through your window and back door?" "Yes, ma'am." She wrote carefully. "And you want to press charges?" That question hung in the air like smoke. "Press charges. Against my brother. On Christmas Eve." "Ma'am." Officer Martinez prompted gently. I thought about Grandma's bracelet. About the betrayal. About how many times I'd defended him, believed him, given him second chances. "Yes," I whispered. "I want to press charges." She nodded, closing her notebook. "That's your right. We'll need you to come down to the station tomorrow to sign the formal complaint." Outside I heard more yelling. Aaron screaming about how I'd set him up, how I was betraying family, how I'd regret this. I was already regretting it. But I couldn't stop now. My phone started ringing at 11 p.m. "Mama." I let it go to voicemail. She called again. And again. Finally I answered. "How could you?" Her scream nearly burst my eardrum. "Your brother is sitting in jail on Christmas Eve because of you." "Because of me?" My voice was quiet but steady. Not because he was trying to break into my house. He had a key. He wasn't breaking in. A key that didn't work anymore because I changed my locks. Because he'd been stealing from me, Mama. You're lying. Aaron wouldn't. I have video, Mama. Of him walking into my house when I wasn't home. Going into my bedroom. Taking my things. Silence. Then, why would you set your own brother up like this? What kind of person does that? The words hit me like a slap. Set him up. As if I'd forced him to steal from me. As if I'd made him try to break in. The kind of person who's tired of being stolen from, I said. The kind of person who deserves to feel safe in her own home. He's your brother, Denise. Your blood. We don't do this to family. He did it to me first, I whispered, tears finally breaking free. Every time he took something from my house, he did it to me first. You're going to drop those charges. Right now. You're going to call them in. No, Mama. What did you say to me? I said no. I'm not dropping anything. She hung up. 2 minutes later, Daddy called. Then my aunt. Then my cousin. All of them telling me the same thing. Family forgives family. Blood is thicker than water. How could I do this on Christmas? Nobody asked how Aaron could steal from me. Nobody asked how he could violate my trust. I turned off my phone and cried until I had nothing left. On December 26th, I went to the police station to sign the formal complaint. Officer Martinez met me in the lobby, her expression grave. Miss Morrison, there's something you should know. She led me to a small office and closed the door. When we arrested your brother, we found several items on his person. We'd like you to identify them if you can. She laid out an evidence bag. Inside, my grandmother's gold bracelet, tarnished but intact. My silver necklace. A small digital camera I'd forgotten was even missing. And something else, a pawn shop receipt. He'd been pawning your things, Officer Martinez explained. We contacted the shop. They have records of 4 other transactions over the past 3 months. All items matching descriptions of property stolen from your residence. For other transactions. Things I hadn't even noticed were gone yet. I felt sick. There's more, she continued carefully. Your brother has a drug problem. Methamphetamine. He's been using for about 8 months according to his statement. The room tilted. Aaron. My baby brother. On meth. We found text messages on his phone, she said, sliding a printout across the desk. Conversations with his dealer. He owed money. Significant money. He told his dealer he had a reliable source. Your house. I stared at the messages, at Aaron's words typed out in black and white. She keeps cash everywhere. Easy in and out. Easy in and out. Like I was just a mark. Like I wasn't his sister. I thought you should know the full scope before you proceed, Officer Martinez said. This isn't just theft. This is addiction. And it's serious. I looked at her. Does that change what he did? She held my gaze. No, ma'am. It doesn't. Then I'm pressing charges. I signed the papers with shaking hands. Every signature felt like cutting a cord. Aaron spent 5 days in jail before they set bail at $5,000. Mama called me begging. Please, baby. Please help us get him out. We don't have the money. I gave you money 3 times last year, Mama. Where did it go? That's not fair. Did you give it to Aaron? For his phone bill? For his car payment? Silence answered me. He has a drug problem, Mama. The police found evidence. He needs help, not bail money. So you're just going to leave him in there? Your own brother. I closed my eyes. He needs treatment. Real treatment. Not me enabling him again. Enabling? You think protecting your family is enabling? Yes, I said quietly. When protection means letting them hurt themselves and everyone around them, yes. She cried. Daddy got on the phone and called me selfish, cold-hearted, vindictive. My aunt sent me a text saying I'd broken our family apart. My cousin posted on Facebook about people who turn their backs on family in their darkest hour. Only Celeste stood by me. You did the right thing, she said firmly. The hard thing, but the right thing. But why did the right thing feel so much like betrayal? Aaron was released a week later. Mama had sold her wedding ring to make bail. She told me this in a voicemail I couldn't bring myself to delete. I hope you're happy, she said, her voice cold. I hope whatever point you were trying to make was worth destroying this family. I wasn't happy. I was devastated. But I didn't drop the charges. It's been 8 months now. Aaron took a plea deal, 18 months probation, mandatory drug treatment and community service. He has to pay me restitution in monthly installments, $50 a month. It'll take him years to pay back what he took, but at least it's something. I haven't spoken to him since that night. Haven't seen him. Mama says he's doing better, going to meetings, staying clean. She says it grudgingly, as if she's angry that I'm not there to witness it. Daddy doesn't speak to me at all anymore. Sunday dinners are a memory now. I drive past my parents' house sometimes, seeing cars in the driveway, knowing there's an empty chair where I used to sit. Knowing I chose this distance, this safety, this boundary. Celeste says I look lighter somehow, even though my heart feels heavy. You're standing up for yourself, she tells me. That's not selfish. That's survival. I got Grandma's bracelet back from evidence last month. I wear it now, feeling the weight of it against my wrist. Sometimes I think about what she'd say about all this. About choosing myself over family loyalty. About setting boundaries that cut deep. But then I remember her voice. Baby girl, keep this safe. I'm keeping myself safe now. Cost me my family. Cost me Sunday dinners and birthday calls and the comfort of belonging. Some days I wonder if I did the right thing. Some days I'm sure I didn't. But I sleep peacefully in my house now. My things stay where I put them. The locks hold strong. And maybe that's enough. Maybe choosing peace over proximity is its own kind of love. The kind we're supposed to give ourselves first. I still cry sometimes thinking about the brother I used to have. But he's not coming back. That version of Aaron, if he ever really existed, is gone. What's left is acceptance. And locked doors. And the slow, painful work of building a life that's truly mine. If you've experienced family betrayal or struggled with setting boundaries with toxic relatives, drop a comment below. Your story matters. And if this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories about choosing yourself when family won't choose you back. Sometimes the hardest love is self-love.